All right, we're gone. We're going. I was about to say, if we're gone, we're already finished. Bye, guys. Just kidding. Anyways.
Are we caught up on everything first?
Huh?
Are we caught up on everything first? Because this is the third time we're starting it up again.
Well, to be fair, we were kind of rushing ourselves.
True that. Okay. Hey, guys. Glad to see you again. I'm Review It Dan.
I'm Otaku Kent, and welcome to another
Random Talks.
This is our podcast-like series where we talk about news within the past week. This week, however, is very special. We just finished E3. Due to the amount of information that we got solely through Nintendo, we're going to go through majority of E3, stop, and then make another video of Random Talks for tomorrow, which we will upload, and that will be solely Nintendo.
Before we begin, though, I'd like to say, Kent, thank you. He had to stay up late last night for Nintendo because I work early in the morning. He was up to like 3 o'clock, so please applaud for him.
I went through all 6 hours of their Treehouse Live footage for Smash Brothers, Pokemon, and etc.
That's a lot of stuff. I saw a paragraph he wrote down, too. This year's been great.
It really has. The only one we will not go over is EA, and that's because we don't really like EA.
EA has not been in the public favor for most gamers nowadays, due to the fact I heard
Star Wars Battlefield 4.
They said they're trying to build to the newer gamers, the new generation of gamers, which is dumb.
Considering the older gamers is the one paying for it.
Yeah, here's the thing. You don't just apply to only one fraction of gamers. You have to apply to all fractions. You can do some that apply to...
You can sprinkle in the stuff. You just got to sprinkle it in.
But you don't just pinpoint on one thing.
All right, without further ado, let's get started. We are starting with Square Enix.
Oh, man, Square Enix.
Let's start off with their Dragon Quest.
Okay. First off, looks very beautiful. The trailer, though, made me laugh.
Because it looks like Dragon Ball?
Well, that too, but that wasn't the part that made me laugh. At first, it starts out serious. Dark overtone music. How about a prophecy about darkness?
The change in tone was like that.
Like, honestly, like, I was thinking like more dramatic music. All of a sudden it just goes, happy music, happy music, happy music. You just gave me like emotional whiplash.
I mean, personally, okay, I'm a disclaimer right now. Me and Dan share a PlayStation 4. The only Xbox system that either one of us owns is my 360. And we're mostly Nintendo nerds. However, we do try to broaden our horizons with certain games. So we will be giving our thoughts of the trailers, not so much the past compared to now, of some of the games. Just so y'all aren't in the comments like, well, why didn't you talk about this? Well, because it wasn't something that interested us.
Yeah.
All right. But as for Dragon Quest, I've known about the series for a long time. I've quite enjoyed it with the ones that I have been able to try.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking forward to actually trying this one.
Yeah.
I'm more open to trying new games nowadays, ever since I was able to get the PlayStation 4 with Dan.
Yeah. To know my life story, when I was young, we didn't really have money for games. Two parents with, moderate jobs, they paid for things we needed.
With 4 kids.
Yeah, 4 kids.
He's the youngest of the 4.
So we barely got any kind of game. We had N64 with a few games, including Smash Brothers, Mario 64. Well, no, we didn't own Smash Brothers. We had Mario 64, Wave Race, and we borrowed games from friends. But that's about it.
You also had the Super Nintendo, and didn't you have the original Sony PlayStation as well?
My brother had the original PlayStation. He bought that himself.
Okay.
And the Super Nintendo we still have it. It's in the barn somewhere.
Does it even work?
I'm positive it still works. It's still in fine condition. It's just...
no cables?
No cables is all.
No. All right. Now, a lot of people were very upset that there was no Final Fantasy VII news.
We have something close to it, though.
What's that?
You know what it is. Kingdom Hearts 3. We still talking about?
That's next. That's
Yeah,
next.
next.
But they.
It's close to it though because of the Final Fantasy characters.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that in a minute.
But they did not release any information on Final Fantasy VII due to some complications. They believed it was not ready to show of what they've already shown. There was nothing more to show than what they've already shown us. That's really it on Final Fantasy VII. Kingdom Hearts 3, one of the Square Enix's biggest titles for E3 this year.
Okay, we waited for Kingdom Hearts 3 since 2000. Well, I waited for it since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and it's been, let's see, I know about Kingdom Hearts since about 2006 or 2. Kingdom Hearts 2.
So over 10 years.
Yeah, over 10 years. And you know what? People theorize they planned this for 13 years after Kingdom Hearts 2. 13 years, 13 Darknesses, 7 months, well, this being 7 lights, after Kingdom Hearts 2 release.
Is this supposed to be the final game in it, or?
I don't know if it's going to be the final game or not.
I swear, if this is the final game, 1, that's going to be a really stupid move. 2, why would they do that? And not only that, I swear, if they make Kingdom Hearts 4, we better not be waiting another 10 plus years, because we'll be in our 30s and neither one of us at that point will care to play it. We'll still want to play it, but we will not care to play it.
We'll see our kids play it.
Yeah, we'll watch our kids play it at that point.
Okay, so one thing I gotta talk about now is the Pirates of the Caribbean world now. They just announced it. When Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, Pirates of the Caribbean, it was fine. The way that was with live action people being turned into cartoons, it was fine for what it was, especially during PlayStation 2, if everybody knows how that was. But now they look so real. Like the way that we have evolved technology to make it look like, oh my gosh, that looks just like Johnny Depp on the sail. It's like we're watching the actual movie. I love that.
Yeah. Another thing to mention, the Frozen part that they showed in the initial trailer. That was very interesting. Olaf, are these your friends? Nope, I don't know anyone blue, green, or spiky.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. When Frozen came out, I was actually looking forward to it. You know, another Disney movie, that's nice.
Of course, this was before they kept it in theaters for months on end.
Yeah, and then everybody started repeating, let it go, let it go, I can't stop it anymore.
Okay, do you know what's hilarious? People always sing that song, but they never let the fact that the movie was out for so long go. They never let that go. The one thing they had to let go. The thing, wasn't it all still in theaters when they brought it out to home video?
I think so. I also
Don't quote me on that, but if that's the case, they really couldn't let it go.
I mean, it's a great movie. I will say it's a great movie, right?
Yeah.
But they kept
kept
Stone
milking
Mountain.
that cash cow. They kept milking it.
We went to Stone Mountain 2 years ago, was it?
Give or take.
Give or take 2 years. And during the Stone Mountain light show, they show a little thing on there. Nothing really spectacular, but they start playing Let It Go. Me and him are literally sitting on the ground. We start doing this on the ground.
You know what cracked me up when me and my girlfriend went to Stone Mountain? This was the second time. No,
Snow Mountain.
Snow Mountain, yes. We enter the park. I know this is going off topic, but this is just something that cracked me up, and I still love telling this story. Pokemon had a Christmas album back in the 90s. Jesse James and Meowth, the original voice actors for them, were singing Chestnuts on an Open Fire. As we're in Stone Mountain, they're playing this. I don't know where they got this song. That album was very scarcely released. It's hard to find a physical copy of it now.
Probably on Pandora.
Even then, that's surprising, considering they were playing so many random classics. Like, the song before it was You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, the older version.
Yeah.
The cartoon version that we're aware of.
You're a mean one.
Yes. And then they all said, this one's for all our fans. But, James, we don't have any fans. We will after this one. I'm just like, why? How? I mean, I'm not saying I didn't like it. It's just random as heck. I mean, we're Random Blast, I know, but that was a bit too random.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyways, back to Kingdom
Crazy things
Hearts.
always happen to you. I wish it happened to me. Well, they do at work, but I won't get into that territory yet.
Let's go back in the Frozen. So,
Right.
we do have... so what we're looking at is regular Frozen movie storyline. And it looks like we're entering in after Elsa's already created the snowpocalypse.
Yeah, after she leaves the castle.
Yes. We are not certain if this will diverge it and continue with the story, and then Anna gets frozen. Spoilers, and if you haven't seen Frozen, that's kind of surprising.
I'd be kind of shocked because everybody would be talking about that movie still.
Yeah.
One thing I like to say, the return of Organization 13 members that were destroyed, like Luxord on the Pirates Caribbean world again. Wow, ain't that a shocker? Larxene. I don't know their actual names because we haven't heard them yet. Let's see, Larxene and Frozen talking about the new Seven Hearts of Light. So we might be seeing some more princesses again.
Well,
who will be representing Hearts of Light now.
He knows the story a little better than I do. I own both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. However, I do not own a PlayStation 2. So I've played very little of the games. I think on the first one I got up to fighting Cerberus? Is that the three-headed dog?
Yeah, Cerberus.
Yeah, I fought Cerberus. That's the last thing I remember, but keep in mind this was like years ago.
I got 1.5, 2.5.
I know you do. And
I've already beaten Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on PlayStation 2.
You still haven't let me play it.
You haven't come over to play it.
It's not my fault your house is so full. He literally has if you want the 2018 version of Full House without Netflix, you literally go to his place.
You'll see the craziness. You will see the arguments.
What's the only difference?
What?
You don't get resolutions at the end of every 20 minutes with a... Anyways, that's enough of Square Enix. Let's move on to Xbox. Now, this next game we're going to talk about was announced for PlayStation 4 as well. Well, we got to be careful what's on the charger.
I know.
It is...
Oh.
Yeah. It was announced for PlayStation 4 as well. So it's only under Xbox because this is where it was revealed. Jump Force.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hallelujah.
Okay, the first thing that I noticed from it is like, okay, characters. Question. Why is Luffy acting like Spider-Man and is that an American flag under him?
The answer is yes.
So, from what I've guessed, this is my speculation right now, and I'm asking him this, they're basically on our world now, aren't they?
Okay, from what we've seen, somehow the universes of Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece have all leaked, spilled, flooded.
Yeah.
Tsunami'd, if you will.
Yeah. And hinted for Bleach as well. Not Bleach.
Death Note.
No, that's it.
Death Note. It's all been... They're all in our world now. That's what the speculation is right now.
And they even said it's basically fan fiction, the game. They said that too.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
But it looks so good, though.
It really does.
It looks so beautiful. And the fighting mechanics I saw, they're good.
I was afraid for a little bit, considering how the Naruto Ninja Storm series was. I thought it was going to be something similar to that. It's not. I was very happy about that. Now, the only difference between how I saw it and how he saw it, did you watch it on your phone?
Yes.
I watched it on my 4K television of how it actually will look.
Yeah, he got the best version. I got the scraps.
It's not my fault. I know how to find a deal. Anyways, I'm actually looking forward to this game. I'm curious. At first, our friend Zero to Chaos, I literally messaged him saying, if this is an Xbox exclusive, because he has an Xbox One, I said, you literally have to go get this game so I can play it.
If it was going to be Xbox exclusive, I'd be mad.
I would be too.
I'd be so peeved at that time. Ooh.
I mean, I have a freaking Naruto headband. I have Sasuke. I have Zoro right there. Let's see.
Naruto comic books. Not manga. My mistake. Oh my god, smack me for that one. Comic books. I must be out of my mind.
And One Piece is... let's see. Yeah, One Piece, Naruto.
One more One Piece.
One Piece. What was the other one?
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. I don't actually own a Dragon Ball Z figure.
I thought you did.
I have a Dragon Ball. I have the 4-star Dragon Ball. That's the box.
Apologies, it slipped out.
There goes a Pikachu. And you lost its tail. Thanks a lot. Anyways, I do have... the closest thing I have is a Dragon Ball.
But, 4-star.
Yeah.
But that's the closest thing he has.
I digress, and I'll put that away later. Next, Halo Infinite.
Okay.
Now, I've played... back in middle school, this was... Let's see... 12, 13 years ago. I'm kind of old. I'm not that old, but I'm kind of old.
He's so old, Dust calls him Grandpa.
You are not that much younger than I am. I am just saying.
I'm still younger.
You're turning 25 this weekend. It ain't going to count. Anyways, that's another story for another day. I played the first 3 Halo games in sequence with a friend of mine who is currently in the Army. I spent the night at his house. I say spent the night, but literally we stayed up all night playing all 3 Halo games in a row.
Hey, you were still there the whole night. You spent the night.
Fair enough. Anyways, I have experience with Halo. Am I good at it? Heck no. Am I good with any first-person shooter? Heck no.
Hey, it's a Platoon.
Splatoon's third person.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Anyways, I am very intrigued on how they're going to do this. It is not yet confirmed if it's going to be MMO style. There is going to be a multiplayer from what I've been able to see. And it does look like it will have its own story, but at the same time, with the way the game looked as a whole, as the gameplay footage was going, there's a possibility that it won't have so much a story. It will have more of an adventure mode. We will not know until later on.
My 2 cents for this one. I only played Halo for a little bit. It wasn't my game. I will admit that. It's a great game, but not my thing. I think I only played like 1 game for like 20 minutes at a friend's house, and I had to leave, unfortunately, to do something else. But it looks good. I will say one thing. I blame Marvel for putting Infinite in most names right now. Seriously, Infinity War, all of a sudden, Infinite. Everything else, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Halo Infinite.
Heck, we could have gotten Smash Bros. Infinite. Think about that.
I'm glad they actually chose the better name. They got a better name for it, Smash Brothers.
After that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I'm very wary of any game that's named Infinite.
Yeah, and that's another story I want to talk about that in another video about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
That'll be a random rant.
Yeah.
Anyways,
rant.
Yes. Battletoads! Battletoads. I actually got to play it on the NES ages ago.
I never played it, unfortunately. I'm sad. It looked like a fun game.
It was, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it a beat 'em up?
It was a beat 'em up. It was like an arcade style beat 'em up.
Okay.
And one problem was
it's been over 20 years since I played it.
Yeah. One problem was if you play 2 players, you could actually hit your co-op player off the ring. Start over the game. You're at level 1 now. I'm sorry, it's too late. Back to level 1. Ah! But now it's 3 player. Think of that chaos.
There's not much to go on with Battletoads other than the fact that they're keeping it 2D. And it's Battletoads.
We didn't really see any gameplay for it.
We saw a tongue.
Let's just hope that Rareware learned their lesson about trying to enhance, make the game more hip, unlike the last Banjo-Kazooie game.
May Banjo-Kazooie rest in peace. May we have a moment of silence. And the moment is over.
And may he be in Smash Brothers. Amen.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
I have a theory on that, but that's another thing.
Okay, next thing on the list. Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5.
Okay.
Personally, I have not had any actual gameplay experience with Devil May Cry as a series. I have a friend. I don't know why I said past tense. I have a friend who loves the series. He's been waiting for number 5 forever. When was the last one even out?
A couple years ago, I believe. But I heard that one. I think that no one liked it that well because of how they portrayed Dante then. Because he had brown hair, he was kind of more arrogant in a way. From what I remember from the anime, yes, there was a Devil May Cry anime, people don't know that one. Dante was a cool, collected kind of person. He did get angry a couple times, but that's when someone hurt someone close to him. But from what we see now, the new Dante, hair turned white, and a mechanical right arm.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. That was.
But at least it explained in the trailer why he got it.
Yeah. You know what? One thing I just thought of the entire time with the metal arm, though?
What?
Full Metal Alchemist. If you did not think of Full Metal Alchemist as he was fighting with that mechanical arm.
With monsters on it.
With monsters on it. I mean, come on.
You gotta be careful, I'm shaking your TV.
It's secure, it's fine.
Okay, now the one thing I actually found cool, the ending, the surprise ending. Someone's riding in with silver hair and a red overcoat. That's the original Dante. So either we're having a split dimensional shift here.
Or time warp thing.
Something.
Something fourth dimensional.
It's going to be awesome. It looks awesome.
All right.
Let's hope the gameplay's better, though.
All right, and finally with Xbox, this is not E3 related. It was just announced that, well, rumored, I'm sorry. It has been rumored that Project Scarlet, or the next family of Xbox, we're not getting one, we're getting a family. Sort of like how we get the 3DS family.
Mm-hmm.
The next one's going to be a family of Xboxes as well, which makes a lot more sense considering they've done the Xbox One has its own kind of family.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's rumored that it will be announced in 2020. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't come out in 2020. But it's very unlikely because usually they give them about a year.
Yeah.
If not a little less than that, before they actually release the systems. But yeah, that's everything we have on Xbox. Let's move on to Bethesda. Now, as we saw before E3, we got the trailer for Fallout 76.
Wait, is that the game or the year?
Yes. I'm pretty sure it's just the game. A lot of people were speculating, was this going to be an MMO kind of thing? It was confirmed that it's going to be an MMO kind of game. For the most part of right now, there's not going to be an offline mode, but they might add one later on in the future. This is going to be a game that Bethesda is going to keep up for a long time. They have hundreds of servers already lined up for the system. And they even have... a lot of people are wondering, because 4 times the size of Fallout 4's map.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are wondering, what are we going to do about if we die? Because if it was an MMO style. It turns out that the amount of players per map will only be in the dozens, not the hundreds. And considering the size of the map, that probably means you won't really meet up with a different player or a different team, and you won't get obliterated. That isn't to say you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, you can honestly start the game, pop out, and all of a sudden you get raided. I mean, that's bound to happen.
All right, I'm in the... Oh, son of the...
One thing I did find interesting, though, you were able to see things from a distance. You remember how in Breath of the Wild we got a view like, oh, you see that mountain? You can go there.
Yeah.
It's kind of faded, but you can see storms coming. You can see monsters coming. There's even a way to activate atomic bombs and with codes that are scattered. Like the bits of codes are scattered, and you put in the codes, and it'll launch nuke missiles. But where the nukes hit, not only will it vaporize all life, but that area will instantly become harder.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting as it goes on. To my knowledge, they have not given a release date yet. But I find it fairly interesting. I've never been a big fan of the Fallout series. Again, not a first-person shooter kind of person.
Same.
But I'm curious to watch people play it. I would not mind watching people play this.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a few videos of that.
All right. Oh, yeah. It's also going to be... Oh, wait. I was wrong. I did write down this. November 14th is its release date.
Ah.
I forget when I don't look down. Also, it's going to be considered a soft-core survival game. Not so much like the hardcore that people were afraid of. So that'll work out into the casual players department. However, if you leave for so many days and then come back to the game and your base is gone, I'm not going to be surprised if that's going to be the case. There's no real guarantee. I mean, you're going to jump into a random server, so I wonder if whichever server you were left, if that's where your base is going to be. There's never real confirmation on that yet. All right, Elder Scrolls 6.
Please, God, don't let it be another Skyrim. Please, God, don't let it be another Skyrim.
What do you mean?
Well, I've heard people complain about Skyrim coming out in First Age, like, oh, it's another Skyrim, it's another Skyrim.
Well, of course it's another Skyrim. It's literally called Skyrim.
I know.
But
new Elder Scrolls, that?
Yeah, it looked very beautiful. They have not named, to my knowledge, where it's going to be in the world. They don't have. They just showed us that it's in production. With that being said, with how Bethesda is, we still probably got another 3-4 years before it even comes out.
Better to have it polished up and looking nice before coming out looking like whatever.
Sonic 06.
I'm sad that Sega really didn't have anything this year.
Well, I mean, with Sega sticking mostly to their software right now, and with them just releasing a whole bunch in this past year,
Yeah.
I'm not really surprised. They didn't really have. They probably wouldn't really have anything to show. I mean, heck, they've already pulled their Sonic Mania Plus or whatever it was called.
That's true. Although I am sad that Sonic Forces didn't do that well.
It can't be helped.
It should have been. It should have been polished up before it went out.
Oh yeah. Sonic Boom was the same way. They really.
Oh, they need to do more than polish that one.
They needed they needed a better foundation is what they needed on
Yeah,
that.
they needed a foundation first. They didn't have any foundation. They fell to the floor.
That's what I meant. New
No.
Sony. Let us start off with Sony with The Last of Us 2.
Okay, so I played The Last of Us up to the point, spoilers, where Cole, I believe his name is.
Don't drag me into that.
I'm bad with names.
I've never.
So our main characters meet two other characters, two brothers. I got to the part where the youngest brother was bit by a zombie. They had to kill him, and the older brother committed suicide from shock. That was I almost cried that scene though. That was a sad. Him like he had to kill his brother. I'm not crying.
They pulled a Xenoblade,
I'm not crying.
or Xenoblade pulled a Last of Us, whichever came first.
Yeah, but I think my brother play the rest of the game later on though.
Well, okay, my girlfriend wanted me to say this. She requested that I say this. Why are people making such a big deal out of the two girls kissing when that was already established in the last game?
I honestly didn't notice it myself.
Well,
I was too busy running from zombies.
Well, I'm well aware of that, but it was just one of the things people freaked out during the presentation of it. It was already confirmed from the last game of her preferences, so it was really on the line of why did people freak out if it was already in the last game? It was just that.
Because we're not used to it. We're not used to it.
In this world, I'm not used to anything.
Considering what happens in this world.
All right, it will have multiplayer like the first game. That was what some people were worried about. So you can run into other players, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be similar to what I said in Fallout. You probably won't do a lot with that.
One thing I didn't see though was any kind of the zombies. I'm positive we'll see some, but
Yeah, I'm
they
sure.
didn't really have any there.
I'm sure they're having a big reveal of any creatures or anything like that.
So my speculation might be this: either the zombies are finally dying out, the virus is either being dying out from either elements, or it's evolving to a new state to where it can massively spread.
Yeah, but as it stands right now, I mean, it looks like a good game.
Graphics look great.
Especially on my TV.
He has to rub it in. He just has to rub it in. If only it's surround sound, then you'd be like,
If I got a soundbar or surround sound in here, first off, my parents would be like, okay, you got to put some soundboards or something up in here so we can't hear it.
my parents be stealing it from me.
Oh, I believe it, considering they steal our PS4 just to watch Netflix. That's why it's never over here.
Oh, man.
All right, final thing we have on Sony that we really wanted to talk about was the Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man does what any other game can't.
I mean, you're not wrong. It literally had every Spider-Man villain except for maybe one or two. Didn't have Doc Ock.
It didn't show them. We'll probably see them. But
Oh yeah, they
it didn't show 'em.
confirmed that every villain's going to be in this game.
Yeah.
So,
New guy though. I didn't recognize him.
talking about the shadowy looking guy.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him.
I didn't recognize him either. But overall, I mean, it's very Batman. What was the name? Batman Arkham Asylum.
Arkham City.
It was very much in that style. I'm not mad about it. I really like it.
Makes sense to me actually, considering that spider senses.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to what more they'll have to show about that.
Good news is not based on a movie. History has shown most games based on movies never do that well. Some Spider-Man ones have done well, but most games like that have.
Do you want to know the last game I actually bought that was actually a movie video game?
What?
It was Finding Nemo. Do you want to know why I bought it?
Why?
Because it came with a free ticket to the movie.
Not much was it?
I don't know. That was like Game Boy Advance era.
Ah.
It was ages ago. Anyways, let's move on to the meat. Never mind. Never forget about that power. Ubisoft. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Starlink.
Okay. I've never really played any kind of space flight kind of shooting game. Star Fox included.
I've played a little bit of it, considering I have a Super Nintendo Classic. If you never noticed the box,
I can't play mine because I have someone in my room who hogs the TV with his Netflix.
cousin.
Yeah, so that's a thing right there. I've been trying to, though. I'm trying to get more into games, but we're having renovations at my house, so I can't really play any games.
Anyways, Starlink will be a space adventure shooter. Change out the components of your ship, change the weapons, etc.
And it looks like it's like how Skylanders is a little bit, but not with characters.
That wasn't so much proven that you'll have the ship and you change the parts out physically. That could have been just a demonstration of how easy it could be to change the weapons in the game. We don't know. We weren't there. We couldn't ask questions. You know.
Yeah.
We're here in Georgia.
And we pull it.
And we Poe. One thing that I did find very amusing, the Nintendo Switch version will have the inclusion of Star Fox, Falco, and the crew.
That I found really amazing right there. I like to, before it even confirmed, I was like, I wonder if it's only going to be Switch exclusive. It's Switch exclusive. Knew it.
Well, I mean, that was kind of obvious. If Star Fox showed up on other systems, I mean, we already have an issue with Nintendo and Sony right now, which we'll get into tomorrow in the video you'll see tomorrow with the Nintendo stuff. We will be filming that right after this, and that will go up tomorrow, so you guys can have more content to watch tomorrow. Anyways, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Very beautiful, very Greek.
I play a little bit of Assassin's Creed. My brother had Assassin's Creed the 3 with the...
My favorite's always been Black Flag.
Black Flag?
Pirates. Gotta love the pirates.
One. And, let's see. And I do like the story for it. How, basically, the guy... okay, I'm not actually know of the main story itself.
I don't know
about past stories.
I don't know about the main, like any more of the recent ones, but I do remember the original ones. You were looking into your memories of a past ancestor who was a part of the Assassins group and everything.
Yeah. You went through DNA memory,
which does not exist. There's a whole video of game theory about that you can check out by going to the Game Theory's channel. There will be no link in the description, for we do not. These are just our thoughts. We're not going to go fancy.
New theory. It does exist. It's all secret, though.
Conspiracy theory. It's just a theory. A conspiracy theory.
Thanks for watching. Not forget. What happened?
All right. But back into what I was talking about, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's very Greek. You got spears. You got gods. You got goddesses. It has not been confirmed, to my knowledge, if gods and goddesses actually show up.
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting.
The only thing I was honestly thinking about, like, okay, so I know this is Assassin's Creed, but why is it looking God of War-ish? I guess just because it's in Greece.
Yeah.
That's probably the only reason why. And the weird magic spear thing, like, are we sure it's not God of War? I've never seen magic in, Assassin's Creed that much.
Well, Greek and Roman mythology was very magic.
Mm.
I mean, Zeus had, or what was it? What was his other name? Mars? No, not Mars.
Jupiter?
Jupiter. Thank you. Lightning bolts. Yeah, I mean, if you can't get more magic than freaking throwing lightning bolts. Anyways, speaking of pirates, as I was talking about Black Flag earlier, Skull and Bones.
Ooh.
I am a sucker for pirate games. I've played Pirate 101. That's a basic pirating game. I really enjoy it.
That's kid-friendly pirate.
Yeah, I love One Piece. I love Pirate 101. I still haven't downloaded the One Piece games that are on the Switch. I'm too poor, and I'm going to Disney next month. I can't do it right now.
Funny thing is, he used to hate One Piece due to 4 Kids. I don't blame him for that one. I used to also. Until I told him about Funimation.
And then I binge-watched every single episode and caught up right before... I think it was in the middle of Fishman Island was when I finally got up to it.
Yeah.
You were baffled on how I was able to binge watch over 800 episodes.
He went from episode 1 in a month, from episode 1 to episode, what's it on now?
At this point, let's see, 2013 to it was the summer of 2013 when you told me about this.
He basically got to the war within like 3 months.
Yeah.
In 3 months, he got to the war against Luffy and the Marines. I was like, how? I have no life.
Which was very true. I was about to go to college. I was
jobless.
Jobless. I mean, I literally had nothing but free time. Now, then I did take breaks every once in a while, watch something else. You know, you can't watch straight up one show for 3 months on end without going insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, Skull and Bones. I love the way this game looks. It's very gritty. It's very real. This is also going to be very MMO, where you can battle other players. The map's going to be very big, and there's not going to be as many players on said map per server.
I love how they worded this whole trailer as well.
Oh yeah,
Like at the ending, like we're wolves, but wolves hunt in packs. That was good.
yeah. So
That was
I'm
amazing.
looking forward to it. If it ends up doing very well in the ratings, I might just pick it up. Okay, now this next part isn't so much E3 related because they weren't at E3. That's an indie developer, but it was worth mentioning because
It's coming out for all the systems.
it's coming out for all the systems. It came out. The news came out during E3 time, even though they weren't at E3. The Meatly games, or as some of you might know, the creators of Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Bendy was a little devil thing who was brought to life on the silver screen. I'm sorry, I love the game songs of Bendy.
I know. Anyways, first things first, Bendy Nightmare Run is coming early August.
Is that basically like how a Sonic Run game is, or something like that?
Think Crash Bandicoot. When the boulder's chasing you, you're running towards you.
Okay, so it's a reverse kind of
Running, yes.
Temple Run kind of thing. Okay.
It's coming early August. They've had some delays, but it will be coming early August. I know a lot of people, including myself, have been looking forward to this. Now, Bendy Chapter 5 has been worked on while Chapter 4 was still in development, and all the well, that's the nice part. During Chapter 4's development, they already started Chapter 5, meaning they were refurbishing all the older chapters, they were working on Chapter 4, and they were working on Chapter 5 all at the same time. That's some dedication right there. That is hours without sleep dedication.
I remember when Bendy first came out. It was like any indie game. You know, it looked nice, wasn't marvelous. Then the updates came. It was like,
And it got better looking.
Whoa.
Well, you got to
it's creepier
consider
now.
You got to consider this. The Meatly, the actual guy who
Yeah,
talks
he's on a budget.
No, well, not even that. He's a storyteller.
Yeah,
He's not a game developer. He knows how to do basic coding. He's admitted he does not do basic coding. He can do basic coding. I'm sorry. If he can't do basic coding, how's he doing this? But
Magic. Bendy, do it for me.
yes, master. Sorry. Had to throw an Igor reference in there. Anyways, I gotta slow down. My words are mushing together.
I know. We're excited with what's happened this past week.
Yes, but Bendy Chapter 5 will be coming in October, along with a physical release or digital release. I haven't really confirmed if there's going to be a physical release of Bendy and the Ink Machine for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. All 5 chapters, all released at one time into the consoles.
And Chapter 5 be released on Steam.
Well, I mean, that was a given. If they released it all on the consoles and left Steam hanging, bye Steam, yeah, it would have just been hilarious. Especially considering after what we talked about last week with Steam practically opening up the floodgates saying, make whatever the heck you want. Alright, this wraps up our majority of E3 video. As I said, this will be going up on the day we are making this, which is Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, you will be getting the Nintendo one because I not only watched their presentation, I went into all their treehouse. I watched 6 hours of footage of Smash Bros. And other games and Pokemon and all that, and piled up details to bring to you.
Let me tell you how long the Nintendo one is. It's as long as the past video right now.
Okay, you want to know how long this is? This is an iPad 3. In the notes, it's literally Nintendo. The word Nintendo in the category is at the very top, and the bottom of it is the end of it. It literally takes up the entire screen this way. Anyways, I'm Otaku Kent.
I'm Review It Dan. I hope you all had a blast.
And don't forget to stay a little random, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Later.